So, are we surviving in lockdown?
What are you doing?
Eating pancakes!
You know, some days we are, and some days I don't feel like I am surviving that well.
We finished off our last episode without a house, a car, and desperate to get settled in Australia. Well, haven't things changed? Since then, we've been offered a rental in one of Brisbane's most beautiful regions. We've been given a car. Some of our patrons and their friends have helped purchase 2 new walkers for the boys. We've been in and out of hospital numerous times, and not just for the boys either. With the help of family and friends, we've filled a house full of furniture. We've laughed. We've cried. The latter mostly because Jess left us for a week while she went to a conference. We got all set to launch the Possible project. And then...
Welcome to our life in isolation as we juggle parenting, medical complications, disabilities, and mostly just surviving each day as it comes.
Good morning, Zachy.
I know what day it is today.
What day is it?
Target range.
Target range.
I should get ready for the target range.
How did you sleep last night?
Pretty great.
Pretty great.
I think I should have breakfast.
Okay, see you soon.
If any of you want to join me, that would be great.
For us, coronavirus has been probably just another thing for us to evaluate the threat. Our one son, River, as many of you know, has a complex lung problem. He has lung diseases, he's got structural challenges, he's got immune system problems, and he gets chronic pneumonia.
That's right, because we've got another dose of pneumonia.
As coronavirus has become what it is today, this is definitely something we don't want him to get. A really stressful time for us was probably before lockdown really happened, when we knew coronavirus was bubbling away, and just that decision, which I think lots of people have had to make at different times, or now it's been made for them, when to go into lockdown and how strict to go into lockdown. So we decided quite early on to just cut off all ties to seeing people, to start doing all online groceries, just being pretty cautious. Just that's, you know, the reality of what we face.
Zach and River.
Zach and River?
My name is Stink Baboon.
Stink baboon.
Is that funny?
It is funny, River.
It's not a normal day.
It's not a normal day. Heck, how come?
It's a cool day because it's target range.
Why do you think it's a special day, River?
Because it's target range, remember?
Oh, is it? So you might be starting to wonder, or even get a bit concerned, what on earth is target range? Well, some friends gave the boys a Nerf gun each, and rather than have them shoot me randomly in the head, I told them that today would be target range day. Now I just had to work out what that meant, because the expectations were high.
Target range! Target range! I love target range! It's my favorite! Is everybody ready?
Who's everybody?
Mom.
What's the first thing we have to do?
Draw a target.
Draw targets. Who's going to draw a target?
I will.
You will, River?
Having a child that's got a really complex medical problem in this kind of period of history does bring extra stress and that sense of responsibility. But also there's a sense of gratefulness that we've had the ability to protect ourselves and to be cautious with the risk for River.
They look great, buddy. I really like it.
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's the map, and we have to shoot. And one of them gets to the golden. That's the golden treasure. And anyone shoots the golden treasure.
All right, Zaki, so what you're going to do is go pull that trigger. Whoa!
firstly, just want to just acknowledge like how hard this situation is for so many people in the world, and for so many of you watching, depending where you are in the world or what your job is, or what your health is like. This is a very challenging time. Personally, and what our family faces, it's been really disappointing because we were about to start all these incredible initiatives with our 2 kids who both have cerebral palsy. We were about to launch this incredible innovative home program, and we have all this amazing team that we're creating around us to do supports for our boys, and everything has had to come to a stop.
Up tools, that move up, that's it.
Tim and I sort of had this belief that we could keep going, we could sort of do our innovative plans with the boys, and there were some moments that this did work.
Stay up tall. Step, step, walker. Step, step.
Oh, good problem solving, River.
And we've been trying some new sort of setups with our therapists. So, you know, for anyone out there on medical and health journeys, you'll know the joys of telehealth and the not the joys of telehealth.
So this morning we had our first telehealth, an appointment with their OT, I believe, today. Fingers crossed the connection's going to be good enough, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm going to cut your nose.
Don't cut my nose. I think you've had enough scissors. The truth of it all is that it hasn't really been working. I think telehealth has been really challenging. 4.5-year-olds just don't want to engage on the screen, even though we've got fantastic therapists. And so, yeah, the truth of it is that we've had to change our thoughts, change our expectations. We've just felt this invitation to be present and to take the day as it comes, which I think probably many of you have had to experience during this season. So let's just insert a fun montage because everybody knows Tim's desperate to do that.
I am thinking without thinking. I think I am with this fun montage time. Now go together.
What's your song, River?
Let's go baking.
What is going on in here? Are you naming the plant, River? Miracles do happen. What are you doing, River?
Cleaning.
You're cleaning. Why are you cleaning?
Because I got a little bit dirty from last night.
A little bit dirty from last night, hey?
This time's also just been such a remembering of the reality that we can't do this on our own. We can't meet all the needs that our kids have without other people helping us. And I think this is something we're not alone in, and maybe this relates to all parenting, is we can't meet all the needs, and maybe it's okay. And this is a season, or it has been up until now for us, where we're just prioritizing the needs, and the boys are really leading the way on that, and loving connection, fun times, coping, rest has probably become our priority, and some days I don't feel like I am surviving that well, and I'm moaning with a bit of perspective. Thanks Brené Brown for that. So many people are struggling in the world right now, and we all know that, and it's so hard to not be able to help. Something I don't always talk about, and I think it's just the truth of our family and all we've been through, is I live with PTSD, which means some days I struggle with anxiety. And I think for many people this time can be a trigger, but I think it's just an underlying uncertainty, and we've lived through so much uncertainty. So on the one hand, I think we're really resilient, but on the other hand, Sometimes I just have to be kind to myself on some days and just reprioritize what's important. We're so lucky being in Australia where we are. We're allowed to go out into nature in our local area. We live in a beautiful place. So every day we've been heading out into the track.
It's been incredible to see the change with the boys' confidence. River has always been a natural and a bit of a loose cannon on any moving vehicle.
River, slow down, buddy.
But Zaki has just gone from strength to strength over the last few weeks.
What? Ow, what?
It's probably been the only thing that we've actually been able to do each day is go out on an adventure and try.
Why don't we go that way?
Okay, you go that way.
No, why don't we go that way?
Look at the Mr. Tracker. Also, really ironically, during this time of lockdown, Tim and I, for those you know, we've been starting our new life in Australia and we've been given a disability support program from the government. And the irony is we just can't even use it because we're just stuck in our own. And it's kind of sparked this new idea for us. And so we have decided we can't go to the therapist, we can't do the home therapy on our own. And so we're actually hiring 2 amazing young women to move in with us. They are in quarantine right now, and once that's over, they're going to move in with us and isolate with us. Guys, stay tuned. We can't wait to see where this is going to lead for our kids, and we can't wait to share it with you.
What do you reckon, Zaki? It's pretty amazing at this beach.